All right, gang, we are going to kick this panel off with, we're actually going to introduce Avi Lake here. Avi was on the Youth and Film panel last year, and if you look her up on IMDb, she's got quite the resume, as do most of these kids here. But Avi is now on the show, A Series of Unfortunate Events, that's on Netflix, which was a movie, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. It now is a TV show or a Netflix show. But she's going to go ahead and kick off this panel. Let me introduce real quick our moderators. All right, the first moderator here is Lily Kefauver, and this is Lisa's daughter. Lisa was the moderator for the Women in Film panel, and Caden Robbins, my son. So they're going to be asking these fine actors a lot of questions, and then we'll open up to a Q&A, the last part, 15 minutes, and go. Go ahead, Avi. Let's hear what you got to say. Oh, you can't hear me. Hold on. All right. You're on. You're on. No, because the laptop is behind the screen. So tell us a little bit about your background. All right, so here we go. Let's open the panel up for these young... Sorry, let me shut this down here.
I'm going to start off by introducing the actors up here. So first off, we have Sophiana Smith, who is a tween actress from Texas Hill Country, who has landed 2 national modeling commercials and has appeared in editorials such as Sleek magazine, as well as booking an international modeling campaign. Next up... we have Lauren Montemayor, okay, who has appeared in various films such as Killer Women and Mahogany Sunrise, as well as appearing in music videos. She has also appeared in The Sun and National Geographic's The Long Road Home. Next up, we have Charlotte Riggs, who is an actress who is best known for her featured role in Season 3 of HBO's The Leftovers, and she has starred in multiple independent films and has appearances on other web series as well as in national commercials. And finally, last but not least, Tristan Riggs, who has been acting since age 7 and has appeared on Season 1 of The Sun and in National Geographic's The Long Road Home, as well as starring on YouTube channels and appearing in national commercials. Cool. So, to any of you who want to answer. What inspired you guys to start acting, and who inspires you as an actor?
So I thought, okay, this is gonna be interesting to try this new weird creational thing. And so it actually started out when my mom forced me to do a play.
Okay.
She was like, get on that stage, you are doing this play. I was like, I don't know if I really want to. It actually ended up, I loved doing the play, and so I started doing plays more often, and after that I decided, can I do more of this? And so I started to try and get into commercials, and then TV shows, and then other things I could just like get into. And yeah.
So like my sister said, she did her first play and she ended up liking it. I watched that play and I was like, I want to do this. So, and she said, I like that, and I was like, yes, I like that too. And then I wanted to do a play, and then pretty much the same thing.
I kind of woke up and my mom was like, you're going to acting school. And I was like, whoa! And then I guess after that, I kind of slowly slithered into like short films, and then I went to commercials, and that's how kind of it started. So yeah.
Well, I started off singing, and I auditioned and auditioned and auditioned. I went to more auditions, and that kind of got me off onto a short film career and a play career. And like Charlotte said and Lauren said, it just went off from there. And now I'm acting, singing, songwriting. I play the piano, and that's kind of it.
Awesome. So who inspires you as an actor, and why? Okay. That's fine. Have you ever seen any films that you've been inspired by and you know would want to like be in? You know, like, would you? Sorry. Are you interested in like comedy or action movies or short films?
Wait, what?
Okay, so if we're talking about like genres we're interested in, I guess kind of like horror, kind of, or some kind of like sci-fi.
Okay, what interests you about sci-fi?
I don't know, probably like to think that all these things can happen, you get to act it out even though it might not happen in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I like comedy pretty much, because that's one of the genres where, well, acting you usually have to, this sounds weird, not act. Or else it's just like, okay, this is really interesting. Like, if every movie you watched, there would be like this one person who's super animated, it's like, oh, okay. So, comedy, it's like that one genre that you can really go crazy with. Well, not insane, but, you know, close enough. You?
I like horror because, my first horror thing was a trailer. I can't say much about it, but I really liked that trailer.
Well, what were we talking about again?
Like, what movie genres you're interested in?
Let's see, comedy, action, adventure, a lot of other genres, but my favorite has to be comedy. Like Charlotte said, it's funny, it's crazy, a lot of cool things happen, and comedy's just comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy makes you laugh.
So how do you guys find the confidence to try out for new roles?
You don't. You go in there, you're never really like, I got this. No. You're always like, oh, I'm terrified, half to death. But you can't go in there and be like, my name is I forgot my name. You can't do that. Yeah, you really never. Yeah, he does that all the time. Yeah, so you never really do find the confidence. You just gotta do it. I mean, if you don't do it, then you're gonna regret it, and then you'll be like, oh, I should have done that. Why did I not do that? And so you just gotta find a way to do it.
Because you first grab it. So my sister said like she just wanted to like go in there, and she did. So then I was like, well, my sister's doing it, so I think I should. And I'm like, but if I don't do it, so I will regret it, right? So I just go in there and do the audition.
She's right, because like sometimes you don't really have the confidence, but my mom's just like, go in there and do it, okay?
Well, courage inspires me. I get a little scared, a little bit, but then I think, well, okay, I can do this. I believe. And you just walk in, you got the confidence, you got the swagger. Only if you believe in yourself, you can do great things. You can achieve more.
Have you ever learned from a character through their experiences?
Well, there was a horror film that I did, and I was a crazy psycho child, where I wanted to kill my parents secretly inside of me, so I'm learning not to do that. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, I did play a role like that.
Actually, I have no idea.
Repeat that question again.
Have you ever learned from a character through their experiences?
Well, I did the movie, the one I wrote for you, for a stand-in for Avi, who was on this big screen, and she inspired me to have courage and just to believe in yourself and do great things. She is my friend, and she's really cool.
When you look at the stories being told about kids in film, do you feel like your experience is being accurately portrayed? Yeah.
Basically, like when you see films with kids in them, do you feel like their experiences, do you feel like you can relate with them, or do you think it's more like dramatized in movies?
Do you mean the kid itself playing the role, or the role that the kid is playing?
The role that the kid has.
Well, it depends what it is. Sometimes you can relate, and sometimes if it's a crazy kid, like the role that they're playing is like the crazy kid or something, you're probably not going to relate that much to it, but maybe you see what's behind, maybe in their head, like, oh, maybe they're doing that because of this, or cause and effect, you know? But all depends on the role.
Like Charlotte said, you have to really think what they're acting. You have to when you relate to the character, you have to feel what they're feeling, do what they're doing. You have to really look at the script or look at the summary of what the movie's about.
Or if it's like someone who in the story kills somebody else and everybody else names them, oh, that's the evil person, that's the bad guy, no, you should not be playing that person. I know it's a terrible role. It's like, no. You gotta look at their view. So, why did they kill them? Is that good? Why do they think it's fine? Why do they regret it? Or, well, sometimes they don't regret it because they think it's good. And maybe they're doing it for someone else and they think, yes, I did the right thing, and you have to just think, why? Try and understand.
Okay, what are you guys working on now? Like films, movies? What?
Recently, I did a Walmart commercial and a Safelite commercial, Safelite Auto Glass, and my Safelite commercial is actually airing right now. I play a principal role, a daughter with a few of the kids. I play street hockey, and it was a really fun experience. I met new people, and yeah.
The most recent one I played is I played a Iraqi child from the Long Road Home, and the coolest part was they were shooting guns, but the bullets were flying, so I had to hide behind a blanket. And I was basically trying to I would stand by a wall and I would wave and I would try and get to the army people's attention, and then he would come up and then I would move and my dad would try to kill them.
I recently worked on a Pauly Shore movie. It was called My Life, and I was Little Pauly. He was funny. He was like, okay, so you only respond to Little Pauly. Don't respond to Tristan or anything. Just respond to Little Pauly.
Let's see. So I was doing, I might still be doing, depends, Tumbleweed. So I don't know if I'm still or not still doing it. We're hoping we are done, but I'm not sure.
You're done.
Okay, we're done. I don't know.
And is being on a set all day what you imagined it would be?
At first I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, so are you sure all I have to do is stand here and do this? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so I guess so. Now that
Well, at first, when my sister was in The Leftovers, they said, do you have a little brother? And I was like, and Charlotte was like, yeah. And so I went in it, and then it was we were in this car, it was for 8 hours, and it was burning hot. And then I was like, is this what every set's gonna be like? No, just that one.
So what advice would you give to aspiring child actors in terms of balancing their career with other interests?
I mean, there's nothing they should really be afraid of,
Okay, so sometimes when you're in audition, there will be a sound or noise in the background that may be a siren going off or something that just randomly happens, like a fire truck sometimes will go past and you'll be like, oh no, I just ruined the audition or something, and you'll stop and pause. But there's a way that if that makes sense and you're running for your life in the scene that you're doing, just incorporate it into that, oh my god, they're coming or something, and don't really be scared of not doing well, you can probably use that to your advantage.
Yeah, and like you shouldn't really be scared of like if you don't get the audition, you shouldn't start thinking, I suck. You should use how to teach yourself from after you failed to make yourself better.
Even kids who just started out acting, they shouldn't be afraid. They should think about things before they go to the audition. And alongside with that, kids who are being bullied at school, I was bullied at school because I had a gap. Kids actually, in general, they shouldn't hide or run away. They should express themselves with who they are. They shouldn't be afraid, like I said. They should be fabulous, and they should just be themselves.
Would you consider doing behind the camera work such as writing or directing?
Heck yeah. Just being a director or producer would be such an honor, and writing a story for a movie or a play, that'd just be so much fun. It would be a great experience.
I mean, as a director, I'm pretty sure you would feel powerful because you basically like are controlling everyone.
Controlling everyone. Okay, I'm gonna run now. No, don't control me yet. Okay. Behind the scenes work. Yes. I would totally love doing that. It seems really fun because sometimes you're the person who's there and you'd be like, if nobody knows what to really do or something doesn't make sense, if you kind of got the idea, you can sometimes jump in and say, okay, I think this is what we're supposed to do, but of course always check. Don't just be like, here's what we did, and then hand it over. It's like, that's totally different than what I thought this was going to be.
Yes, that would probably be fun because it's just like telling a story. You get to pretty much make up anything. It could be anything.
If you could co-star with any actor, who would it be and why?
Millie Bobby Brown, because she's amazing.
Yes. Oh my God. I auditioned for Stranger Things. Yes, I got 2 callbacks, and it was amazing. Oh my gosh. It was such a fun experience. I met such new people. And I traveled to LA. It was amazing. It was just amazing.
I'm just gonna make a note, if that were to happen to me, I would probably fangirl myself to death.
I guess not. I don't know. I honestly have no clue. Everybody is really great in the acting industry, so I don't know. It's so sad that I don't know this, but
Does it have to be an actor?
No?
Then probably Sam Raimi.
Why?
Because I like all the movies he does. He does like Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man
Awesome.
1, 2.
So how do you balance schoolwork and a social life with your career?
Well, this is my first year homeschooling because at school, it was kind of hard because I had to not go to school, and I'd go back and forth and back and forth. So I just decided it would be easier, and I would have enough time doing homeschool with, just balancing homeschool and acting, and it was a really great experience.
I go to Pflugerville Middle School, and whenever I have to go to, let's say, an audition or I have to film, I have to be taken out early, and I think you have like 19 days like where like you can miss school and you'll be kind of like safe, but if you miss more than those 19 days, then you get like in trouble or in school suspension or something like that. So we usually try and do auditions, like try and get auditions around like Saturdays, if that makes sense, or on the weekend, or like after school.
Almost the exact same thing, except I don't think there's a penalty for missing too many days, except for maybe, since there's not detention exactly, it's more of go to the principal and talk and give lots of reasons. So we just try and, like you said, after school, weekends. If it is during school hours, it's like either I'm.
Of course, it's fun to leave school.
Yeah, school. No.
If it's in the time of school, then we, like, if it's something like that's, like, not that important, then sometimes we just don't do it. But if it's something that's important, then we just skip school. It's like, yeah. It's like, I wish everything was important.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Don't we all?
It is true.
What other creative outlets are you interested in besides acting, and is that something you would want to do professionally?
I would really, really, really want to do art professionally because it's just so fun to draw. And then maybe I really want to get, because I'm taking Kickstart in my school, and I got my purple belt towards the end of 6th grade. And so I hope by the time I'm in high school, I might be able to get a black belt. So,
Let's see. There are so many things that I would want to do professionally, but I probably wouldn't make much money doing it, so it probably wouldn't be a good idea. Like art, I'm not very good, but it's fun. Fashion, I'd like to make clothes, but then again, I'm not very good at it, right? Rollerblading, but I don't think you can do that professionally exactly. Oh yeah, you could be a coach, but again, I don't think I'd make a lot of money doing that. So,
I am a singer and a songwriter and a pianist. I would like to continue that, and I am working on my new song called Grown, and I play the piano with it. I've probably written about 4 songs now, so I would like to continue that professionally.
I want to be a professional actor because then I'll probably be in more movies than I am right now. I'll get to be in movies. Okay.
Have any of you done any stunt work, and is that something you are interested in?
I am interested in doing it because it sounds fun to fall on the floor. I randomly think of slamming my head into the wall, but okay.
let's try it out.
Yes, I did. I'm interested because my first stunt work was in a Sam Raimi movie, but I can't say much about it. So.
No, I've not done it, and I think it'd be fun to try it.
Same with me. I would like to try it. I would like to try to do skateboarding stunts. I have been skateboarding for a few months, and I just like to try stunts.
And I would do scootering because, like, you could do tail whips and grinds and other stuff. It sounds so cool, and that's basically stunt work.
Okay, so that's all the questions that I have prepared. So we can get into the Q&A if anyone in the audience wants to ask a question or not.
Anyone? Anybody want any questions?
wanted to ask, ooh, that was so loud, sorry. I could hear myself too loud. I wanted to go back to a question Lily asked earlier a little bit about, I liked what you guys said about you just have to go into an audition and just kind of have confidence, but confidence is something that even as a 40-something-year-old, I think is hard to find for us. So is there any special tips or tricks that your moms and dads and friends have taught you in terms of a saying you say to yourself or something, a little ritual that you do before you go in for an audition?
I wouldn't recommend this because I don't think it really works, but I've heard this works for some people. Imagine everybody in underwear.
It's an old standby for sure.
I splash my face with cold water.
Just pray and imagine everybody in your underwear.
Well, yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to thank you guys for letting me moderate this panel. And yeah, thank you.
I like chicken. I don't really know because I enjoyed playing all of them.
I know. Look, you know, one thing that I'm going to say as an actor that's been really difficult for me because I tend to have mush mouth. Actually, if any of you saw the panel with the women in film, Mona Lee was my first acting coach, and what she did for me to help me open my mouth and enunciate, she told me, and this is a trick that I used and it worked, and obviously now I can enunciate and open my mouth, but if you ever have a problem speaking or you're getting nervous or you feel like the words aren't going to come out, try this at home. Don't do it in front of anybody. Put a cork or something between your teeth and then start trying to move your talk through the cork. Like just, you know, the rounded end. And what it does is it forces you to keep your mouth open and let the words come out. And I did this and it worked. I was terrible at it. But, you know, if you guys ever run into anything like that, just a tip because, look, I'm projecting. I know it was a little quiet here. I was trying to work with the mics. But I want to thank you all so much. But please answer this last question here and tell me the question again. What was the question? Who's the favorite character you ever played?
I did, well, my Safe Light commercial, just being a principal role was exciting for me. You know, just, it was a principal role for a street hockey girl in a family. For Safe Light Auto Glass, they have this new app.
How about you, Lauren? What's the favorite character you've ever played?
I mean, I really enjoyed all of them, but I think
What was it? I'm sorry.
maybe Pia from Rise of the Valkyrie, just because we had to go out like late at night and it was cold and it was just cool. We had to work on a horror film. And it was just nice.
Hang on just a second. I'm going to switch mics. I'm not sure if that one's putting up no sound. Test, test. No, it's not as loud. Maybe that's part of it. I tried, but we got reverb. Go ahead.
Okay, whoa, okay. I'm just gonna hold it right here, not. Okay, so let's see. They're all really great. But I guess I could say I really liked playing for Maximum Ride Angel because there was so much, well, there was a fight scene and then they had fake blood and it was kind of creepy, but you know what I mean. Also, everybody got wings.
What was your favorite character that you played?
I liked playing the little boy in a horror movie, well, trailer.
Very cool. Okay, does anybody
I've
have any more
talked about
questions?
a lot.
And sorry about the mic, guys. I'm not sure what's happening here, but I think it's probably the one that has this giant dent in it, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Any questions, anybody? No? Okay, well, thank you all for coming. Thank you for being a part of it. And I would like to thank Humblebee Media and Austin Film Meet for live streaming this, so you will be on the web.